WWE Fan 1993 with The World is Watching. Hey everyone, it's WWE Fan 1993 here with our NXT recap video. We are going to be recapping all things NXT for November 18th, 2020. We have a huge main event. The NXT Women's Champion Shirai defends her title against Rhea Ripley. Also, we're going to hear from the NXT Champion Finn Balor, that and much more. So let's dive right into it. We start off with the NXT North American Championship on the line as the newly crowned North American Champion Ruff defends against Johnny Gargano, who is the former NXT North American Champion. This match came about because Ruff defeated Johnny Gargano last week on NXT to win the NXT North American Championship with the help of Damian Priest. So they had a rematch. And it was a pretty good match. Basically, Ruff won by disqualification after Damian Priest came down, said, "I'm sorry, kid," and he punched Ruff, allowing for the disqualification. Ruff wins. Gargano is fuming, and he is not the NXT North American Champion. Ruff, the underdog, winning again. Next, we have a blindfold match as Dexter Lumis takes on Cameron Grimes. Now, these two have had a huge history. They had a House of Horrors match, House of Terror match at Halloween Havoc just this October, last month. And now they're having a blindfold match. And this match is more for like comedic relief. Basically, there really wasn't much of a match. They just sort of fought back and forth, and Cameron Grimes was able to try to get away from Lumis, but Lumis took off his hood and sent Grimes into the steel, and Grimes runs away from him. Next, we have NXT General Manager William Regal backstage with Damian Priest asking what was he thinking about punching Ruff. Priest says he was joking around, but he understands that this is serious business. Ruff walks up to Damian Priest, and he's like, "Am I a joke?" Priest says, "You're getting carried away." Ruff says, "If I can't retain, I shouldn't be champion." He asks Regal if he wants to take the title back in his contract, and Regal says no. Priest apologizes some more, and then Ruff smacks him in the face and then walks off and says he's going to find Gargano himself. And Priest looks pissed. Next, we have a vignette from Shotzi Blackheart. It looks like she's constructing a new tank. And we find out that at TakeOver War Games 2020, TakeOver War Games is coming back Sunday, December 6th, and we're going to see Candice LeRae take on Shotzi Blackheart. They are going to war. Next, we have the team of Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell taking on Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. Now, Candice LeRae and Indy have been friends for a little bit. Indy gifted Candice and Johnny Gargano with the new TV and also helped Gargano and win the NXT North American Championship, and has helped Candice LeRae. The mask attacker with the scream mask revealed herself to be Indy Hartwell. This was a good match. Candice ended up getting the win after the Wicked Stepsister. Basic match, just building up to make Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell look good. Next, we have Kushida taking on Arturo Rios. And Kushida gets a win after a kind of like an ankle lock, and then he gets him in a weird, unique pin. Kushida looking very great, has new attitude, and excited to see where this takes us. Next, Amber Moon and Toni Storm are backstage with Mackenzie Mitchell, and Moon's talking about Raquel Gonzalez, and Toni Storm is saying she's glad her and Moon are teaming up, but she says that when it comes to the NXT Women's title, they are on their own. Next up, we have Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez taking on, as I just mentioned, the team of Toni Storm and Ember Moon. Ember Moon and Storm get the win after Storm rolled up Dakota Kai after the match. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell run down, and they attack Moon and Toni Storm from behind. They roll the winners into the ring, and Gonzalez drops them while Kai looks on. So it looks as if Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are trying to make an olive branch for War Games, attacking Moon and Storm, allowing Rockwell to get an attack. Next, we see Timothy Thatcher taking on August Gray, and he ends up winning with a neck submission with a quick finish. And then Tommaso Ciampa comes down after Thatcher was going to attack Gray after the match, and Thatcher slowly walks away and he says, "I have no problem with Ciampa," and then he walks out of the ring. And then Ciampa says he wants to fight Thatcher backstage. Next, Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano fight outside of the ring, attacking each other, and then they brawl inside the ring. Leon Ruff runs down, and he's able to get rid of both Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano, and my guess is we're going to see a triple threat match at War Games. It's not been announced for sure, but that is my guess. Next, we see Boa and that mystery man, and we see Boa talking to William Regal. Boa says he is coming next week, and he asks about Xia Li, and Boa says she's not here either, but she is also coming. Next, we have Leon Ruff saying that he will fight both Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano, so again, they might end up fighting at TakeOver War Games. Now we have our main event, the NXT Women's Championship. The NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai defending against Rhea Ripley. And this was an amazing match. A lot of back and forth action. Just nonstop. Rhea Ripley starts to bleed. Just amazing. Great match. I definitely recommend watching. Shirai gets the win after a big moonsault. Just an amazing match. Ripley and Io shake hands and hug after the match. Immediately after the match, NXT Champion Finn Balor comes down, and he says, last time we saw him, he defended the NXT title with a broken jaw in 2 places. Then the Kings of NXT, Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, and the NXT Tag Champions, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch come down to the ring. And they just basically say that they took the titles from Breezango, and they did what they did on the Undisputed Era, and people are all dead thanks to the Kings of NXT. They surround Balor, and they basically said he's going to end up like the others, dead. Then, before anything happens, the Undisputed Era finally come out, and they attack the Kings of NXT, sending them backstage. And breaking news was just announced that a War Games match will be taking place at NXT TakeOver War Games. Undisputed Era taking on the Kings of NXT. Undisputed Era is back. I'm so excited for War Games. This was a pretty decent NXT. Nothing too great. But I will say it's definitely heading towards the direction of TakeOver War Games. So that is it for my NXT recap. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. Leave a comment. Let me know what are your favorite parts about NXT this week. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you all soon.